Next on ABC-7 at 6, a traffic stop turns deadly after two Ohio fugitives shoot and kill a Hatch police officer. The shooting turning into a high-speed car chase. The latest on the arrest and why the men are wanted. And deputies come together through the form of a car wash in support of the Hatch officer killed and other officers killed throughout the country. Plus, never-before-seen flooding hits parts of Louisiana. A look at the recovery efforts and why there's concern the damage isn't over yet. And in our own storm track weather, Dan.
We continue tracking showers and thunderstorms on ABC-7 Storm Track Doppler radar. Could we be seeing more thunderstorms tonight? What about tomorrow? Your forecast details are ahead.
ABC-7 at 6 starts now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 6 Weekend.
We've lost one of our best, finest. He was one of our deputies.
The village of Hatch is mourning the loss of one of their officers. A traffic stop turned deadly Friday evening. This is video from one of the several crime scenes yesterday in Hatch. Authorities say the alleged shooter was wanted in connection to another murder in a different state. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Evan Folan.
And I'm Josie Ortegon. Our newsroom has been working around the clock to bring you the very latest information. We'll get to more details on the suspects in just a bit. But first, we're getting our first look at Officer Jose Chavez, who was a 2-year veteran of the Hatch Police Department. These are photos from the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office. Chavez graduated from the academy in 2013. He was a deputy for 6 months before taking the job as a Hatch police officer, where he served for 2 years. Chavez was shot in the neck and flown to University Medical Center in El Paso, where he died following surgery. He leaves behind a wife and 2 children. Our crews were there as the body of Officer Chavez was escorted from University Medical Center earlier today, and as it's made its way to Albuquerque. ABC-7's New Mexico Mobile Newsroom captured the escort making its way through Las Cruces with lights and sirens on. We're told the UNM medical examiner will conduct an autopsy on Monday. And we want to walk you through yesterday's shooting. This is a look at one of the many crime scenes yesterday. Police tape blocked off the road as investigators combed through the area near an RV park in Hatch. This is where the initial traffic stop happened and where Officer Chavez was shot. The suspects then fled the scene on Interstate 25 at speeds up to 100 miles an hour. They then came to a stop here at a rest area. Doña Ana County Sheriff deputies blocked off the exit and taped off the area to investigate. Authorities say this is where Haynes carjacked a 36-year-old man, shooting him in the stomach after the victim refused to get in the car with him. Haynes fled, but sheriff deputies were able to stop him by using tire spikes. The suspect then crashed into a pile of wood. He briefly barricaded himself before surrendering. Haynes suffered from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his leg. The victim Haynes shot has not been identified, but is in stable condition in an El Paso hospital. And this is a look at those 2 suspects, 36-year-old James Nelson and 38-year-old Jesse Haynes. Haynes was driving and deputies say Nelson was a passenger. Both are wanted in Ohio connection with the shooting death of a 62-year-old man. Haynes has been arrested and is charged with an open count of murder after authorities say he was the one who pulled the trigger to shoot Officer Chavez. Nelson is being held on a fugitive warrant. Today, the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Department held a news conference releasing new information on the men in custody. ABC-7's Jerry Nájera was there and he has the details. Jerry.
Evan, Josie, today's news conference at the Doña Ana Sheriff's Office right behind me was an emotional one. At times, officials were holding back tears. We're learning today the suspect who allegedly shot police officer Jose Chavez is 38-year-old Jesse Haynes. Haynes, whose last known address was in Columbus, Ohio, currently faces 1 count of willful and deliberate first-degree murder in Ohio for the death of a 62-year-old man. We're also learning that 36-year-old James D. Nelson, who was with Haynes at the time of the alleged shooting, is also wanted in connection with that murder. Officials say the third man who was in the vehicle is not a suspect at this time.
It appears that that male was a hitchhiker who had caught a ride from these 2. He's being considered a witness at this time and has not been charged.
Officials with the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Office are still the lead investigators at this time. The FBI is assisting them. The Sheriff's Office will also be taking over all service calls for the Hatch Police Department for the next 48 hours. Evan, Josie, back to you.
Okay, Jerry, live from Las Cruces. Thanks for that information. And overnight, ABC-7 reported the men were also suspects in the killing of a family in Pike County, Ohio. That information did not come from the Chillicothe Gazette, as we previously reported. The information was unconfirmed, and we do apologize for that error. New Mexico's Congressman Steve Pierce sent out a statement following the murder of Officer Chavez. In part, he wrote, quote, "My deepest condolences are with Officer Chavez's family. All New Mexicans should take a moment to stop, reflect, and pray for all our law enforcement, the fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters who put their lives on the line every day so we can sleep soundly at night."
And members of the Doña County Sheriff's Office coming together today to wash cars as a way to raise money for the families of fallen officers. The proceeds raised at the car wash at Jackie Motors will go to the families of the officers killed in Dallas, Louisiana, and to the family of Officer Chavez. Today's car wash is just one of several fundraisers, and we caught up with one deputy who spent the morning helping the cause.
We send our deepest respects, love, and condolences to the family. We're here for you. As a community, as law enforcement, as family.
And the Sheriff's Office will team up with NMSU for a charity football game. There will also be a comedy show to raise money for the families of fallen officers.
Officials say the situation is de-escalating after someone opened fire at a shopping mall in North Carolina this afternoon. One gunshot rang out at the Crabtree Valley Mall in Raleigh just before 3 p.m. Some shoppers scrambled to get away while others were told to shelter in place. Police later went store to store to secure the mall and evacuated everyone, but so far officers haven't identified any suspects or found anyone injured.
We heard a couple shots and everyone just started running and screaming, so we ran into a dressing room with a couple other people.
A witness says the shooting started in the food court after two men started arguing.
And moving on to Storm Track weather now. Storm Tracker Dan Martinez is standing by in the weather lab with a look at your first forecast. Hi, Dan.
Hey there, Josie. A very nice day here in the borderland. We've been looking at those cloudy skies all day long. And let's see if we can get over to the forecast. In the meantime, what I can tell you, we are tracking some showers all across the borderland. And we are also watching for some more of those clouds to come on by. But what I can tell you, we are expecting a slight chance for rain tonight as we go ahead. Here's a look at our Texas Tech Health Sciences camera. Beautiful view that I was mentioning earlier here across the borderland. And we are expecting things to continue. Now, as far as Doppler radar is concerned, we are tracking some showers over near TRC. You see some of those lightning strikes there. Also near Otero County, right next to Doña County as well. As we zoom in, you'll notice there we're watching those showers and thunderstorms pretty closely over to the north of Waco Tanks. Those storms slowly starting to slide on in to the Waco Tanks area as well. We'll keep an eye on that for you, and we'll keep updating you as we go through. Now, as far as temperatures are concerned, we're at 81 now here in El Paso. We've gone up just a little bit, 85 right now in the Las Cruces area. Coming up, we're talking more about those rain chances tonight and what you can expect for the rest of your weekend into the work week. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Dan. When county commissioners approved raises for themselves as part of the budget process for the next fiscal year, there's a bit of an uproar.
But the pay increase is small in comparison to increases for departments like Public Works. ABC-7's Andrew J. Polk has been following the budget process and the aim to not increase taxes. He has more.
We submitted approximately a $34 million budget request. That includes a total of 14 new positions. 3 are regrades and the 11 are new positions.
The Public Works Department is looking at tackling more than ever before and is asking for nearly $1 million more, mostly in new and upgraded employee positions to make it all happen.
In my opinion, yes, they're essential to do better at what we're doing and to cover areas that we're currently not doing.
County commissioners have put an increasing focus and services for the urbanized parts of the county growing outside of any city's limits. The department has grown from a budget of just under $21 million for the 2015 fiscal year to the proposed $34 million for the 2017 budget to tackle it all.
It's everything from maintenance to plan review and inspection to graffiti, cleanup, eradication, to better planning for transportation programs and for rural planning initiatives.
Some of the department's budget requests have been approved by commissioners so far, while others haven't been addressed yet or require further review. Commissioners will have to approve the more than $300 million full budget before the start of the fiscal year in October. They previously said they don't want to raise taxes and say they may be able to based on other revenues increasing this year. Andrew J. Polk, ABC-7.
And the approved raises for county commissioners will be this week's topic on ABC-7 Extra. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night.
Well, El Paso is known for its murals, and today a new mural was unveiled. This one celebrates the Sun City's musical past. And in Storm Track Weather, Dan.
Well, we have those clouds roll on into the borderland for today. Could we be talking about more clouds tomorrow and for the rest of the work week? More details on that coming up.
You're watching ABC-7, where news comes first. Welcome back. You're watching ABC-7 at 6. Segundo Barrio's walls just got a new mural. Wayne's grocery store is sporting a piece of El Paso history, celebrating DJ Steve Krosno and local bands.
ABC-7's Julio Cesar Chavez was there this morning. He's live from our studio with more. Julio.
Evan, Josie, although Krosno was not from El Paso, he easily became part of the city. He helped bring in rock and roll and used his own show to push forward the local music scene.
He was playing the brand new songs that were coming, and we right away captured them and we played them.
Krosno's radio show, Cruising with Krosno, was his platform to help El Paso music evolve. He would play local bands' music and even bring in a few lucky ones live on air. The sounds from Segundo making it all across the city. His combination of rock and roll, Tejano, and border sounds, letting people showcase what they loved.
So Krosno took over, and there were a lot more doors open and a lot more fun for the kids. We had the little clips where the kids could go and dance, and we'd be playing and all this. It was good, man.
Krosno went beyond the airwaves, setting up public shows and parties to bring the community closer together through music.
He would actually get all the people that even had any difficulties even meeting together to spend the evening together, and it brought a little bit of harmony into the community as well.
Friends of Krosno say he loved to celebrate the uniqueness of areas around El Paso, like the Segundo Barrio, something mural artist Jesus Alvarado says everyone should do.
Every community has a story. So even if you didn't grow up in Segundo, you have a community and you have stories. So it'd be great if you start telling those stories, whether it be to murals, through art, to music, to poetry, through anything. It doesn't have to be muralism.
And if you would like to stop by the mural to see all the bands helped by Krosno, you can stop by at any time at the corner of 4th and Campbell. Don't go anywhere. ABC-7 at 6. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching ABC-7 at 6. Let's get to storm track weather now. Flash flood warnings issued for parts of Louisiana today as more rain is expected throughout the weekend. The devastating floods have killed at least 2 people and displaced hundreds.
And everybody's saying this is the worst they've ever seen.
Of relentless downpours forced residents to take what belongings they could and travel through waist-high waters to safer grounds. Emergency crews rescued more than 1,000 people from their cars and homes. But it's a much different story right here in the borderlands. Storm tracker Dan Martinez is standing by with a look at your full storm track weather forecast. Hi, Dan.
A whole different story for us here in the borderland. We're not tracking any type of flooding here, but what we can tell you is we do have plenty of those clouds this evening, making for a very nice Saturday evening. This is a live picture from Tomley Elementary. You see the beautiful clouds with some of the sun in the background there and the beautiful mountains here that we have in the borderland. Now, from what we're going to be looking at over the next couple of days, temperature is going to be pretty mild, which I'm excited to talk about with you. 87 degrees our high temperature for the day today, certainly below average, but right where we should be for this time of the year with a low temperature, which is the overnight condition. Now, across the rest of the area, check out 88 for Las Cruces and Alamogordo as well. And right now, we're at 85 in Las Cruces. Some of those clouds coming back to the area. 81 for El Paso, 82 Alamogordo, 63 Ruidoso. Still, though, seeing plenty of those showers and thunderstorms in the area. The winds have been kind of on and off, a little bit on the breezy side here in El Paso and Las Cruces. 12 miles per hour Las Cruces, 7 for El Paso. 22 for TRC, and then Guadalupe Pass, check it out there at 28 mile per hour. Those are just sustained winds, not the wind gusts. Wind gusts are a little higher as of right now. As we take a look at Doppler radar, we continue tracking some of these showers and thunderstorms, but we're also watching the stronger batches here over to the area of TRC right near I-25, slowly moving out of that area now. Hatch, you're probably going to get some moisture out of these showers and thunderstorms that move on through. And notice here, we're slowly starting to see more of these showers and thunderstorms move on through the area over to the south of Oro Grande and near Chaparral, Waco, Tanks. You're starting to see some more showers and thunderstorms develop in your neck of the woods. But notice the moisture's kind of trapped between the New Mexico area there and into portions of West Texas. Arizona not really seeing much of any activity right now. As I mentioned, though, we're expecting breezy conditions on your Sunday, expecting breezy conditions on your Monday as well, and then we bring them back on your Thursday. But as we look ahead for the rain showers, notice the latest future track model that we just got into our system right now. Notice as we go through the rest of the evening, this model really keeping the cluster of storms together here, and they die on off though. They kind of make a turn and go on down, skipping the El Paso area. But as we roll through the rest of tonight and through tomorrow morning, you notice these clouds slowly start to fizzle on out. And then by the time we start talking about your Monday, notice is 10 p.m., nice and clear all across the area. So we're expecting more of a sunny type of atmosphere over the next couple of days. Just some scattered storms expected for tomorrow, keeping the rain chances at 10% for Sunday, also for Monday. And then we bring rain chances back to the forecast Thursday, Friday into your Saturday. Tonight, we're talking about temperatures right around 70 degrees for Fort Bliss, 67 Socorro, 67 Montana Vista and Fabens, 69 for Clint. And then tomorrow, we're going to be talking about 90 degrees Anthony, 89 Fort Bliss, 87 Montana Vista, and 88 for Socorro, keeping that very slight chance for some rain showers. And then for tonight across Doña Ana County, the best chance for rain really for you at 40%, 67 for Oregon, White Sands, and Mesilla. And then for tomorrow, 87 for Hatch and for White Sands. As far as your forecast is concerned, for tonight in El Paso, 70 with those breezy conditions lasting tomorrow. We're going to go up about 20 degrees between the overnight temperature and the high tomorrow at 90 degrees. Slight chance for those rain showers, only at about 10%. And then notice 66 Las Cruces with 88 the high temperature. As we look ahead to the next 7 days, notice Tuesday looks to be the warmest in the next 7 days as we talk about those 90s for the rest of your 7-day forecast. Sports is coming up next.
Good evening to all of you. I'm Luke Liddon with your look at sports. The orange and blue aren't just here in the borderland, but halfway across the world in Rio. Former UTEP miner Tarandi Martina putting UTEP on the map at the Olympics. Martina competing in the men's 100-meter dash against the best in the world. But despite those big names, Martina still hit the track and did better than most expected. In the first round of the 100-meter, Martina placed 26th out of 70th with a time of 10:22. Now, it's not good enough to advance, but Martina saying every setback is a setup for a major comeback. Pick yourself up and leave what's done behind, learn from it, and move on. Still, a big congrats to the former miner on even making it this far. While the Jamaican Usain Bolt flew into the semis with a time of 10:07, finishing first in his heat and surprisingly fourth place overall, because the man that took first was the American Justin Gatlin. He edged out everyone else with a time of 10:01. Gatlin saying it felt good and in control, and his coach telling him to go out there, control the race from the beginning, which is exactly what he did. The semis are tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's all about baby steps. The NMSU Aggies football team hopeful to get at least 4 wins this season, but even more importantly, the defense. The Aggies gave up an average of 45 points per game last season, and the team held its first team scrimmage today. And for Coach Martin, you got to respect a man that just tells it how it is.
Well, continue the ball security offensively and explosion plays defensively. We've got to be better in the back end. You know, a little bit worried about our secondary right now, getting up those plays, and we've got to find guys that will take care of the football on offense.
On to America's pastime. Cardinals and the Cubs. Chicago looking to keep the 11-game win streak alive. 8th inning, bases loaded, and the fans, they don't want this one. Randall Grichuk hits a grand slam that just clears the ivy, bringing all 3 runners across home plate. No chance for the Cubs as the Cards score 6 runs in the 8th alone, and the Cubs' winning streak, it's snapped as they lose 8-4. Houston Astros trying to climb back into the wild card race, just 2.5 games back as they face the Toronto Blue Jays. Bottom 6, Astros on top until Russin Martin hits a 3-run homer to center for the lead. Martin just 1 for 2 on the day, but with 3 RBIs. Not to mention Toronto pitcher Aaron Sanchez giving up just 5 hits and 6 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. Blue Jays win 4-2. Nothing great was ever accomplished alone. A majority of us look to a mentor to help learn and achieve our goals in life. And this weekend, El Paso is home to one of the greatest champs there is in the game of softball. Crystal Bustos was a member of the 2000, 2004, and 2008 U.S. Olympic softball team. She earned 2 gold medals and 1 silver. And now, she's sharing her experience with the borderland. Bustos taught students the fundamentals of hitting and how to succeed within all aspects of the sport. And it's clear this Olympian is an inspiration to many.
Oh, you know, we want everyone to get the best instruction possible, and not everybody gets instruction like this. Crystal's all about helping anybody she works with learn the game at the top level.
Pretty cool to see her help all those kids try to get to that next level in the game of softball. I know I'm not good at baseball, so I'm just more of a viewer, watcher from the stands when it comes to that.
That is cool to see them get back, though. I like that.
And that's a look at sports.
Hey, we're tracking some pretty intense showers and thunderstorms near the Waco Tanks area right now, slowly moving on into Homestead Meadows as well. You'll likely see it if you're driving on the Montana area. Notice over to the north, Chaparral will likely get some of those showers and thunderstorms as well. Those storms moving over to the south, so El Paso, we can't rule out that you'll be hitting that as well. We're watching that closely. Also, the 7-day forecast, here we go with that. 93 the high temperature expected for Tuesday. That's the warmest will be because we're expecting temperatures to stay pretty mild into the lower 90s.
No triple digits.
I know.
So
I am so
nice.
happy. Took vacation, and boy, can I say that I'm happy to be back without these triple digits.
Will they be gone for the rest of the year?
Forever?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I talk about 7-day forecasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to the cool down.
Same here.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.
Download the ABC-7 Storm Track Weather app now from the App Store or Google Play.